Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. My name is JurassicKM, and today we are not going over the Cadillacs and Dinosaurs Shivet repaint. I have it right here. It is base coated and it is ready to be fully painted more. So when I went up to the dollar store to get some more paint to work on the Shivet, I had a look around in the toy section, you know, if nothing else, just for the kick in the teeth, and I found something that completely derailed my mind, and I was like, I have to make a video on this. So what I found was this. To the more hardcore collectors or eagle-eyed dinosaur enthusiasts or just eagle-eyed Jurassic fans may look at this and go, huh, that looks pretty familiar. It took me about 5 seconds or so to fully realize what it was. This is the bootleg. This is the original. We have a bootleg of the Mattel Epic Roaring Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. Now, this one obviously is a repaint that I did a few years ago, but I thought that, you know, this might make a fun little video to compare the two of them. I'm going to mimic my buddies Andy and David for this next review. So we are going to get this out of the packaging and we're going to take a closer look at it. Okay, so looking at the packaging, it has that very open kind of packaging that the Jurassic World Dominion and Epic Evolution packaging has. And there is a sticker, or yeah, that's a sticker there that says in French, Figurines Action de Dinosaur, and it's covering the T-Rex. And looking at this packaging, like, I don't think this even has a brand name, or does it? I can't tell. But looking here, it's that kind of packaging that I look at it and I go, how did you not get sued? Because you've got like a generic T-Rex here, a generic Pteranodon here. You have Blue, the specific render from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom here. And then the label on the front here says Dinosaurs Camp Cretaceous. And then on the back, you have, once again, Dinosaurs Camp Cretaceous, as well as the Gorgosaurus and the Pachyrhinosaurus from the Walking with Dinosaurs 3D movie, which admittedly I still have not seen. So starting off up at the top of the head, it looks like that the figure does have a very, almost kind of like a satin kind of finish to the plastic. You can see that the teeth have been very, very poorly painted. And then we're going to hold open the mouth here a little bit. You can obviously see the sloppiness inside. There's some red for the tongue, but like none of the other insides of the mouth have been painted. You can still see some of the texturing in the detail, but I imagine that the sheen of the plastic as well as the light coming off of the circle lamp probably is hiding some of that detail. And then as you look here, you can see the 3 scars from the Velociraptor fight at the end of Jurassic Park that is present on just about every Mattel Tyrannosaurus sculpt. And then as you come down the side of the body and the torso and whatnot, there's still a lot of detail here. There's a little bit of paint sprayed down on the side. But one thing that I didn't really notice at the store, and I'm just noticing it now, is that the detail is actually, oh, maybe not. It looks like that the detail is not as pronounced, well done, or copied over on the legs as it is with the rest of the body. Like, it just seems like there's a lot more texture along the body and even along the tail here to an extent, but the legs seem a lot less detailed and a lot smoother, like almost as if, you know, this figure feels very cheap and phoned in, but it looks like the legs and the bottom of the feet, especially with no texture at all, were really phoned in. And then you've got the pretty big seam here for the tail. This does tie in with the action gimmick. And then when you flip it around, it's more or less the same here. And okay, looking through here, yeah, there's a lot more detail along the body than there is along the legs here. It's not just me, or maybe it is just me. And then, oh, there's the random hole in the arm. Okay, and then coming back up to the head, there's even more of those traditional Mattel Tyrannosaurus Rex scars that you see with like some kind of sloppy work for the eyes and more sloppy work for the teeth. The action gimmick here is you pull up on the tail to open the mouth, and then it also triggers the arm for some reason. Almost as if the T-Rex is to say, hi, or something silly like that. And then this arm does move a little bit, like that's as low as it goes, that's how high as it goes, and then that's as far back as that leg goes, and then this leg, yeah, that's about as far front and back as that one goes. So it's a bootleg. I wasn't expecting anything extravagant, but I just thought that it was so silly to find one of these in the local dollar store of all places. Now that this one's out of the packaging, we're going to stand this one next to the original Epic Roaring Tyrannosaurus Rex and see how they compare. And I'm not even talking about my paint job, completely removing that from the equation, but looking at the Mattel version, obviously there's way more detail along the snout, like this circular bit here. I don't remember what that's called. There's a lot more detail and emphasis on there than there is in this little nameless company bootleg. And then like even comparison where you see the seams on the neck for the Epic Roaring T-Rex, you could still see those seams basically filled in on this one as well. And the arms look to be proportionate, or at least the same proportionately to the Mattel version. And at first I was thinking, oh, maybe the feet on this little bootleg have been corrected, because usually Mattel figures have pretty big feet just to help the dinosaurs stand. But no, I think it's about the same here. Even the seam on the tail comes out about as far as it does on the Mattel version. However, the tail on this one, on this bootleg, seems a lot shorter compared to the Mattel version. And I was thinking to myself, why does the tail on this bootleg look off, and why does it look so different compared to the Mattel version? Can you see how, here, let me focus, how there's like two lines, like two veins on the top here, and then one on the bottom, whereas on the body it's got like the one line on the top and the two veins on the bottom. Comparing the tail on the Mattel version, it's got the two veins along the bottom here and then the one on the top. And then the tail on the Mattel version curves out to its left, whereas this one curves out to its right. They put the tail on upside down, guys. Wow. Were two of these at the dollar store. One was this lighter brown and one was a much darker brown, almost as if it was trying to invoke the color of the T-Rex from Jurassic Park with that darker color scheme. And then this one is more like the toy versions. I didn't feel a need to pick up the variant of like the darker brown variant, because I don't have a job right now, guys. I probably shouldn't have even bought this one, but you know what? I thought that this would make a fun video, and I wanted to share it with you guys because it was one of those, hey, if I have to see this, everybody has to see this kind of deal. So let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Leave a like, feel free to subscribe, and ring the bell for any future notifications. And once again, this is JurassicKM signing off.